What is good, YouTube? It's your boy ChicoFilo here, man, back with another video. And ladies and gentlemen, we finally have NBA 2K24 gameplay that I'm able to show you guys, courtesy of Community Day. Huge shout out to 2K once again for inviting me over to Community Day, man. I was given the privilege of recording early content for you guys, and now we can finally break down the gameplay and talk about a lot of very important information. But man, speaking of Community Day, once again, I had the most incredible time. If you guys are interested in checking out what went down, the vlog is already up on my channel, so feel free to check that out. But anyway, man, I don't want to hold you guys up. Let's get straight into the gameplay. Anyway, the very first thing, number one, that I want to talk about with you guys is the dribbling. So as you guys already know, Mike Wang stated this earlier in the blog, the new adrenaline system has been introduced for 2K24. Every time that you would speed boost in 2K23, you would actually lose a single adrenaline bar. And as you guys know, you have only 3 adrenaline bars, and people were thinking this is very limiting. It really restricts the amount of dribble moves that you can do before you have to pass up or put up a shot. However, in 2K24, that has been completely revamped, because now every time you speed boost, you don't actually lose an adrenaline bar anymore. Now, the only way that you lose adrenaline is by getting bumped by the defender, as you guys can see right here. And honestly, I kind of like this, because I feel like now we have a lot more freedom to be able to dribble around more without being scared to lose your adrenaline. And at the same time, you really have to pick and choose when you want to attack the rim, and you're really going to have to be more tactical with how you want to attack the defense so that you can preserve as much adrenaline as possible. Next thing about dribbling, I'm not sure if you guys are going to like this. However, the speed boosting on 2K24 so far that I've experienced feels very, very slow. For example, right here, when I do a simple crossover and speed boost out of it, which is achieved by not holding the sprint button when I do the crossover and then holding the sprint button right after, you get a speed boost. But as you guys can see, that speed boost right there is the regular speed boost that you get from most dribble animations. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you're not really gonna get anywhere with that. It is very, very slow. I don't know how different this will be from when the game comes out. And also, this is play now, although I'm sure Steph Curry should have all the necessary badges to be able to speed boost fast enough. I also don't know how different this will be in regards to the park. But anyway, I just want to show you guys another example, and this goes out to all the left-right dribblers out there. So I'm attempting a simple left-right crossover right here with Curry, and as you guys can see, every single speed boost that I get isn't really getting me anywhere, and it kind of feels like I'm just floating around the same position, not really getting around my defender. And yeah, I'm just gonna play this over and over again just so you guys understand. Like, it almost feels like now you have to be more creative and you actually have to combo up a lot more just for you to get around your defenders. Like, you can't really just get away with a simple speed boost from a regular between the legs crossover or like a left-right crossover. But I don't know if you guys noticed right here, I actually ended up getting a much faster speed boost out of this animation for some reason in comparison to when I'm just attempting a regular speed boost. Next thing about the dribbling, although the speed boosting does feel slow, the dribble combos for sure feel really fluid and smooth when you're attempting them. And this was just me, you know, kind of playing around, and obviously I don't really know what Curry's sigs are. And also, with the new addition of Pro Play in 2K24, they also added a bunch of new animations, including dribble moves and signature movement for offense and defense, which will be the reason that you'll feel a lot of new dribble combos while feeling the sense of like realism and like authenticity in the movement that Pro Play is supposed to give us. But anyway, we'll talk more about Pro Play later on. The next and final thing I want to talk about in dribbling for 2K24 is the similarities that it has with 2K23. So back in 2K23, one of the most simple but most effective moves that was used to score a bucket was the walk back. Really simple move. All you had to do was drag your left stick diagonally back to the direction you wanted to go to. You would then fake out your defender in most cases and be left with a wide open shot. Well, let me tell you this, in 2K24, the walk back feels exactly the same. You still move really, really fast when you're walking back, enough for you to get a lot of space from your defender. And it is definitely, once again, going to be a very, very effective move in 2K24. Another very effective move from 2K23 that will also be in 2K24 is the left stick crab. As you guys can see, the left stick crab animation is basically identical to what it was in 2K23. This was done by simply dragging the left stick diagonally down from the opposite ball hand, and usually you would try to do this when you're slightly in front of your opponent, attempting to crab them and put them behind you so that you can get an open shot. Although it was kind of hard for me to get a good example of that here in play now, because obviously I'm playing against an AI, and you can't really crab AIs like that because they tend to sag off you, making it very hard to crab them. Even just by doing this left stick crab in the open space, you can get a good enough feel of the movement, and you just know that this will once again be a very effective move to put your opponents behind you. The last animation that I want to talk about that was also in 2K23 and has been put in 2K24 is this explosive behind the back speed boost that you got. If you were someone in 2K23 that was somewhat capable of dribbling, you know exactly which animation I'm talking about. It looks something like this. And in 23, you would get a very explosive, very fast speed boost out of it. However, in 2K24, that is no longer the case. You no longer get an explosive speed boost out of it. I don't know if you guys can see from here, but I was also experimenting with the same move a lot in the other game modes. I don't know if it's just the animations, maybe it's the lack of badges, I'm not too sure, but from what I experienced, this move did not seem as effective anymore. Like, I barely even got a speed boost out of it, and honestly, for me, I think that's a good thing. Every new 2K that we have is meant to feel refreshing and be as far as possible from the previous game, so it actually feels like we're playing something new. Anyway, moving away from dribbling, I want to quickly talk about the layups on this game. I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up with what Mike Wang has been saying on Twitter, but there's been a lot of positive things that he's been saying about layups, and they even said in the blog that layups of all kinds, circus layups, floaters, reverses, euros, hop steps, and scoops are going to be much more effective this year and great tools to have as a slasher. I mean, I'm only showing you guys play now clips right here, but you can kind of already have a sense that this new redesign of layups in 2K24 is going to be something that you definitely want to keep your eyes on, especially if you're someone that's looking to make some sort of slashing build. Next thing I want to talk about really quickly with the shooting. Shooting honestly feels very, very smooth. I didn't really have any issues with the shooting on this game, and if anything, all thanks to Pro Play, the animations actually feel much smoother, much more authentic, and like what Pro Play is supposed to do, it's meant to give you a feel of what the shot actually feels like as if it was in person. For example, I really like this fadeaway animation from Clay. Like when he gets the ball off in the air right here and he does that like little step when he lands on his feet. Like that tiny little thing right there that they've added because of Pro Play. Like this literally looks identical to what his fade looks like in person. Like as you guys can see right there, you can just see how close the animation is to how Clay fades in person, and honestly, I just found this really cool. And it just feeds back to that authentic feel that Pro Play is supposed to give us. And yeah, last thing that I want to quickly talk about though before we wrap up is the defense. They stated in the blog that they wanted to make defense a lot more responsive and a lot less slidey, and so far, although I know that this is play now and we don't know how different this is going to be from the park, it did definitely felt that way. It was very responsive, it wasn't slidey at all. And if I go back to what I was saying earlier with the dribbling and the speed boosting being slower this year, maybe for 2K24 offense will finally be a lot harder than defense, because honestly I feel like the past few 2Ks we've had has been heavily offense orientated. Like it's been very easy to score, especially last year in 23. Everybody could just run to a free bucket. In 2K22, you could practically score however way you wanted. You didn't even have to green your shots. And pretty much in both those games, in 2K23 and 2K22, defense was just much harder to play because it was so easy to score. And now in 2K24, I kind of feel like that might be reversed. Defense might finally be the easier aspect of the game, and now getting around your opponents and scoring the ball is the much harder aspect. But who knows? I guess we'll find out very soon. The game comes out in a little over a week. Like I mentioned multiple times in this video, I'm not quite sure how different Play Now will be from the park, but I'm sure a lot of the things that we spoke about will definitely apply for when we're in the city. But anyway, that is it for this video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to give you guys some insight into 2K24. If you guys have any questions, feel free to just go crazy in the comment section. I'll try answer as many questions as possible, but that is it for me, man. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the content. More videos dropping really soon, starting with my official build for 2K24, which should be dropping in a couple days from now. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace and take care.